Hello, my friends. Welcome to Untitled Electronic channel. This is Uncle Misha, and we have another power bank. This time it's X003, yada yada yada. 2600, 26,800 milliampere hours. So this one, it looks like it's made in Germany. Amslab GmbH, Laurbienhof 2345 329 Essen. Really? Contact Chris Deng. Info amslab.de. Made in what? China? China? What? It's in German. Anyways, I don't know. Anyways, model SP03, capacity 3.7 volt, 2600. Oh, look at this. First time ever I see that capacity is rated at 3.7 volt. Not, well, it's any other power bank, it's not listed. So yes, people, this capacity at 3.7 volt. So, because obviously at 5 volt, this will be much larger energy stored in this power bank. So, yes, this capacity at 3.7 volt, which when it translates to 5 volts, it will be way less. Just let's leave it at that. Okay, so total input 18 watts. So, so inlet L, DC5, 2.5, so 5 volt, 2.4 amp, and not 3, by the way. Oh, it's input, okay. A 9 volt, 2 amp. So doesn't support 12 volt on total input. Yeah, it's a bit confusing here. So input M, whatever it means, probably micro USB, I don't know. DC5, 3 amp, 12 amp, 9 volt, 12 amp, 12 volt, 5. So essentially 15 watts here and 18 and 18 watts here. USB-C, pretty much the same. Total maximum output 22.5. Curious how. And this thing support combination. Okay, so output 1 and output 2 output together simultaneously, I guess. It's 4.5 amp, 4.5 volt, 5 amp. That's actually the first time I see that. I hope you see all this in this gray kind of color. 4.5 volt, 5 amp. Like, this is very first time I see that. Okay, well, that's very interesting. 18 watt, 18 watt. So 15, 18, 18. Good. Made in China. Let's see what is this made in China. Okay, curious what kind of cable it can come with. It comes with USB-C cable. Oh my god, this is upgrade. So these guys are trying. So obviously for support our Gmail addresses. Website is iort.vip. Well, if you look here, it's some kind of amslab.de. Like, has no correlation whatsoever. Like, this is like completely different websites. Okay, here we are. So let's look at the power bank. You see, it's actually pretty big beast right here. There are two. How do I nicely open it? Looks like I won't be able to nicely open it. Why would you? Oh, it's actually. Oh, this one is actually heavier than I thought, and it's actually bigger than I thought. I'm gonna measure its dimensions because it's quite beefy guy. I hope it's gonna live to its promises. How do I open it nicely? Who knows? Maybe I'm gonna return this thing. Ah, whatever. Yeah. Okay, I sort of opened it nicely. And here it says made in China. Here it says made in China. Chinesium. Okay, so wow. We have on-off button, out 1, type C, out 2, input M, input L. What's going on? Input L. Oh, even a flashlight. Ho ho ho. Okay, this thing is, oh no, it's not that. So, this guy has a screen. I'm gonna peel this off at the moment. So this guy has a screen, 67%, 5.1 volt, 0 amp. I'm curious, what kind of screen is this? Is this like OLED or something? Curious how much it consumes. This guy is beefy. Ho ho ho. How is it to disassemble this guy? I'd like to see what's in there. Okay, guys. So let's see. The first probably thing we're gonna check. Yeah, I'm gonna try to use this USB-C cable, but believe me, this looks like a junk, just judging by this, the thickness of it. So I'm gonna try to measure its resistance, just to give you an idea how junky is this, but pretty sure it is junky. So yeah, if you want a good performance out of these guys, better use some good USB-C cable. But now it has 67%. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna discharge it using my Drock discharger. I'm gonna discharge this guy, and then I will charge it completely, and then discharge it again to the full, from the full capacity to 0, to actually measure the 5 volt capacity. So that's the milliampere hours will be at 5 volts, and obviously gonna have also capture the energy in watt hours. So let's do it, and it's probably gonna take quite a while, and then after that we're gonna so after that I'm gonna continue this video. All right, guys, so finally it took me some time, but I already ran some tests using my Drock as a load and using this TC66C as a USB-C kind of charge controller. Yeah, so that was helpful. So when I was charging, I was using this, passing current through this device. When I was discharging, I was using that, using USB-A socket right here. So I just figured out a few other things, by the way, which I didn't mention before. So this guy has ability. Why I kind of like, I didn't like this guy because of this gimmicky screen, but I realized it has a versatile ability to charge using micro USB and also Apple Lightning port. So this is apparently Apple Lightning. So if you have just Apple Lightning cable, no USB-C, no micro USB, you still can charge this guy and then use USB-A to charge your phone. This is actually quite neat. And obviously they have attached here universal, or provided here universal USB-C power delivery, so it's in or out. This is really good as well. So yeah, anyways, though, but that's just a feature. So let's talk about numbers here. So I already ran tests for some other device here. Just disregard this line, this section. Let's talk about this section. So this code name of this guy is X003. So what we have here, we have output. So 13 ampere hours at 5 volt. So this is using the Drock, which it takes 6 hours 25 minutes to discharge completely before this guy shut off, and in total it was 67.5 watt hour. So this is important number here, not this but this. So this is amount of energy which was extracted from this battery. That's charging. This is discharging, this is charging. So charging took us a 9.9 ampere hours at 8.9 volt, which translates into 89 watt hours. That's what's recorded by this device during charging. So when we divide this number and this number, we're gonna get 78.78. So 78 is the efficiency. So essentially this is the number of energy, the amount of energy which was put in to what was extracted. So as you see, 22% of energy was wasted. Where did it go? Because it doesn't matter what voltage here was charged, discharge, and doesn't matter what voltage was discharged, the amount of energy should be ideally the same, which is obviously impossible due to resistance and stuff like that. These guys claim this power pack is 99 watt hours. So we are missing some energy, obviously, but this is quite a bit of a difference. So why I'm doing all this math, just because I try to figure out, is this a true capacity or it's bogus? And where's my more drawing here? So essentially imagine this battery is like a battery power pack right here, which probably single cell or several cells of lithium polymer batteries are inside here. They are 3.7 volt per cell, and at the compound capacity at 26 ampere hours or 99 watt hours in total. Obviously it have two blocks here, the charging circuit and discharging circuit. Discharging circuit puts the battery, charges the battery, takes the input voltage, whatever it is, converts it into the battery voltage which is proper to the battery, and also control the current and voltage at this stage. So at first I think it's constant current, then goes to constant voltage, if I'm not mistaken. I actually do not 100% remember the charging cycle of the lithium battery, but it's not just simply applying the voltage. It has a bit trick to it. And then there's a discharging circuit which actually takes it whatever 4.2, 3.9, 3.7, whatever voltage, and converts it into either a 5 volt, 9 volt, or 12 volt, depends on what this discharging circuit negotiate with a broad circuitry. It's also make sure that there is a protection from short circuits, make sure that there is no overload, overheat, and things like that. So this is all protection right here. So obviously this circuit has losses. So if I would be able to charge through the charging circuit and then detach this battery, and discharge it using a direct discharge circuitry, like for example one of those RC charger dischargers that I have, but unfortunately I can't disassemble this yet. So probably would see different number, but the same story goes here. If I would charge it externally and then plug it in and use discharge, discharge this guy using this USB-C circuit, for example, I would probably see different ratio between those numbers. Where are they? Right here, right? But at the moment we have a 22% loss in between charge and discharge, just because it goes through all those circuits, plus the resistance in the wires, plus inefficiencies, and yada yada yada. So technically these batteries itself, they should not have that much losses. That's a lot. It's 22% of losses. So also this number 86 here, it's supposed to be a 99. So think about, if you can put 99 watt hours, can hold 99 watt hours in this battery, over here this number should be higher. So in order to fill this battery for 99 watt hours, this should be higher, because there are losses in charging circuit and other resistances and things like that. So this number should have been, I don't know, 112, something like that. Let's say, just roughly I'm saying. So I cannot speak what is the actual capacity of the cells are in here, but they are clearly lower than they are advertised. Okay, this is my calculations. If you think I'm wrong, please correct me. Please, let's discuss this down below. But from my perspective, 86 is way lower than 99, and due to losses, this capacity of this power pack is way less than 99, probably somewhere around 78. Let's say like that. Yeah, I would say 78 is roughly the number. It's not too bad. I've seen worse cases. I've seen some of those Chinesium power packs, they had three times lower capacity than they advertised. This one is still within the okay range. Okay, so enough talking about capacity. We definitely figure out that capacity is lower. So let's talk about other things. So what are other things? First of all, so this guy is 100% charged. What we did not test it. We did not test the currents. So it's, oh, this guy is very dim. So we at 5 volt right now. Let's see when this guy shuts off. So technically it's supposed to shut off at 3 amps. So we are pushing the current to 3 amp. Let's see how true are those guys in their spec. Okay, we have 2.9 amp. We have 3.1 amp. Wow, this is really pushing it. Okay. Okay, it's back. So did you see that? 3.1 amp was the limit when this guy got shut off. Very nice. Let's pull it out. But this is only using USB-A. How about USB-C? So for USB-C, we have this friend. Okay, this friend has features here that let you to change. First of all, see what this is very nice, really handy, and by the way, it has ability to do detection and see what protocols this device supports. Okay, USB-C device supports, and also to switch in different modes. So first of all, let's see what protocols this device supports. Alright guys, I decided to zoom in a little bit to see a little bit better. It's a bit fiddly here. Hey, hello. Okay, so in order to detect protocols, let's press this button. It says dangerous. I don't know if you see that very dimly. Okay, now let's hit it again. Yeah, sometimes I don't understand how this thing works. Let's pull it out, plug it in, press it again. Ah, there's some magic here. Oh, okay, here we are. So yeah, I have to do this button, then this button. Okay, so now it's going through detection of protocols. As you see, this guy supports actually quite few, or actually all of them, all of the protocols which actually this Type-C device analyzer, power analyzer supports. So it's a Qualcomm QC 2.0, 5, 9, 12, but not 20 volts. Oh, what do you do? Anyway, that's just times out. It's annoying. Let's do it again. You can do stop frame and see what exactly was there, but I'll do it again. Then it supports Qualcomm QC 3.0, Samsung AFC 9 volt, Type-C power delivery, and then Huawei FCP and Huawei SCP, whatever they are. Some fancy protocols here. So this is all supported. It's not gonna shut down again. But there is but that's not all. So if you go here, it has different triggers. So it says protocol triggers. If you go in, oops, I think we would be able to switch. Still, it's really hard. Okay, I can go. Let's find power delivery, Type-C power delivery. Let's press button this. So if you press this button, we would be able to pick. So it says, okay, in this case, it's actually pick the Qualcomm. Let's stick to Qualcomm. And we would be able to see 9 volt, 12 volt, and 20 volt. 20 volt is not supported by this device, but 12 volt is. So what we do now, we can use our favorite drop load right here in order to actually test the current capacity, or current capability rather, of 5, 9 and 12 volt via USB-C. For that, we're going to be using DROC, which is connected to auxiliary power. Also, we're going to be using USB-C to USB-C cable, and USB-C cable gonna go straight right here, and nothing happening. Let's try again. Okay, now something is happening. So we are having 5 5 volt, and let's crank it up. So we're gonna keep it at 5 volt. You know what? Let me switch it to a particular protocol here. Okay, so this is Qualcomm. So this is Qualcomm protocol, which does not support 20 volt, 5, 9, and 12. Let's hit this button. Okay, 5 volt. Let's just crank it up. Okay, it's more than interesting. Okay, it died at 3.2 amp and voltage dropped significantly. I just disconnected. Connect it again. Here on the box, they say USB-C 5 volt 3 amp. Okay, that's even better than they mentioned. Okay, let's go to Qualcomm. I'm actually not sure if it's in. Press once more, 9 volt. Let's connect our load. Right. Our load showing 9 volt, and let's keep cranking raising the current. 1 amp. I think it's supposed to be handling up to 2 amps. Okay, it's start having the hard times. Is it dropped to 5 automatically? That's weird. Why it's not shutting down? It did. Okay. That was weird. Did you see that? It's actually dropped from like 7 to 5 and just keep working at that, and then it switched off at but it definitely handled 2 amps. Let's try again. Let's do it back to minimum. Press, go in, press, connect. Let's keep cranking the you have 2 amps, 8.8 volt, which is good. Let's slowly go forward. Okay, it shut off. So 2.3 amp. Reduce. Disconnect, disconnect. Connect. We're definitely gonna also test this connector because I did like bazillion of connect disconnect cycles here. Go in. Press 12 volt. Even faster. So this is supposed to handle 1.5 amp. Let's see what's gonna happen. It definitely handled 1.5 amp. This is amazing. Alright guys, so we figured out that this guy is actually matching its performance. Whatever they say here on the box, it's very hard to see, but so it says 3 amp for 5 volt, 9 volt 2 amps, and 12 volt for 1.5 amp. That's really good. So, and a very interesting thing, they have also mentioned output 1 and output 2. So simultaneous output 4.5 amp. 2 amp. Okay, so I'm willing to test this. What is output 1 and output 2? Aha, here we are. Okay, so let me try something here. Okay, let's remove this USB-C, gentlemen, here. Let's disconnect this and this. Let's connect DROC straight to output. Here, okay. And let's connect this gentleman. Kind of fit. Okay, don't breathe. So what are you gonna do? I'm gonna use my cell phone right here. Okay, start charging. It's using a lot, using 1.5 amp. Okay, and right here, unfortunately I won't be able to show you, but I'm gonna load this guy and see what's gonna happen here. Okay, we are at 1.3 amp here. We are at 2.2 amps. Let's keep cranking up. We are at almost 3 amp. Yeah, that sucks. Didn't handle. This output is actually off, is it? Okay, let's try again. Let's go faster. 2.11. So 1.8 and 2.11. That's only 3 something. It's not 4.5. 2.4. 2.5. Yeah, it's still 3 something together. 2.7. 2.8. Yeah, it can't. Looks like it cannot do this. So looks like this guy was 2.8, this guy was like 0.4. So actually 3.2 amps total. This thing, those two simultaneously are getting shut down. So looks like this is lie over here. Supposed to handle 4.5 amp. This is lie. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap up at this because I've already done like several different tests, and yeah. And I think this guy is okay. If you get it cheap, like, 25 bucks, let's say 25 Canadian dollars maximum, or like 30, okay, Canadian dollars maximum, 22 American dollar maximum, that's probably okay for this free shipping. Otherwise, I don't know. First of all, secondly, this guy is very heavy. In comparison to other power banks I have, this is probably extra 200 grams, sorry, probably 100 something grams more heavier. So here is its weight. And I think this is a bit ridiculous because some of the other power banks weigh less, but they have better capacity. But so far, so good. If you're able to get this guy cheap, I think it's gonna work just fine. So I would say this power bank is yay.